In this video, we're going to conduct a hypothesis test for a problem involving the difference between means. So if we click on Stat and we scroll over to Tests, we're going to use option 3, which is a two-sample z-test. Now you should already know that when you have a z-test, it means that we know our population standard deviations, and so we can enter all of our statistics to conduct this test. In the previous video, we were looking at an example where we were trying to find the difference between the means of the GPAs of student athletes versus all other students at a university. And in the problem, it gave us a population standard deviation of 0.74, and that was for our student athletes, which was our first population. And our second population of all other students had a population standard deviation of 0.82. And so since we want to use our first population as the athletes, our sample of athletes had a sample mean of 3.07, and our sample size was 34. And our sample mean for all other students was 2.96. And our sample size was 102. And so once you've entered all of this information, we were conducting a greater than test, and so we're going to use the third option as our greater than option. And if you scroll down, we're just going to either use calculate or draw. I tell students draw is better because it gives you your test statistic as well as your p-value, and those are the only two numbers you need to report. So make sure you report your z-score of 0.7301, and then your p-value is 0.2327. And so you need to compare your p-value to alpha and then decide whether you reject or fail to reject, and then if you have sufficient or insufficient evidence. And if you need help with the interpretation, you can go back to the previous video.